I'm going to pick a fight with the Vanguard editor again. This incident took place at about 10 a.m. yesterday. And by now, the Vanguard should have made up his mind whether Sowore was shot or it was something else. So to continue to use this headline, I'm sorry to say, indicates a little bit of mischief. Sowore was hit apparently by a tear gas canister. When you write in the news that somebody was shot, what it means is that he was shot by a gun or something of that nature. I don't know if you shoot somebody, and when you shoot, usually you'd also be talking of things like bullet. Now, I studied the video. First of all, let me say clearly, I condemn the act, even if it was an accidental discharge. But I think we also need to put things in proper perspective, just at least if for anything, for our knowledge. So, and I sympathize with Sowore. I hope he gets well pretty soon. I don't know how deep the wound was, but from what I saw on the video, it appears as if whatever it was, whether it was a canister or not, the thing pierced his thigh. Okay? And when he went down, because I watched the video ironically on Sahara Reporters, there was no gunshot. So, so I was surprised. I kept watching it and then he went down. But it's bad enough that he was hit by anything. That really shouldn't have happened. But I'm suspecting, and I'm using the word suspecting, that what you have is probably an incident of accidental discharge of the police person not handling the tear gas canister well. A thorough investigation would tell us that. But I'd like to plead with my colleagues in casting headlines. How can a newspaper cast a headline that says allegedly shoot? Either he was shot or he wasn't. And if an incident happened at 10 o'clock in the morning, a newspaper by this morning should have known whether he was shot or not. And believe you me, by 12 noon, we knew that he was hit by
we already knew, yeah.
Yes, that was it. So I'm going to have to take this up again. I don't understand what's going on. It looks as if some of us get more excitable than others, and we'd like to hype and heighten things. So the police, of course, denied shooting. Gani Adams slams police over shooting. I don't think it was a shooting, but it slams. And in a statement by his special assistant on media, he fled the police for disrupting peaceful protests and also opening fire on armed protesters. His media assistant should be held responsible for this. Who opened fire? There was no opening of fire. Opening of fire means they shoot at will. Let's get these things very, very, very clear. And that's why I plead with the likes of Gani Adams and all people of his nature who want to get involved in things like this to choose their words carefully. He says they fled the police for opening fire. But yes, I would say that, he would fled the police for disrupting what you would think is a peaceful protest. And talking of protests, I disagree. I understand some people say that there could be some protests organized on the 12th of June. I'd rather call for another strategy. Rather than protest, let us start a thorough exercise of identifying who is going to take over from this government in 2023. Look, if you start the protest from now till kingdom come, it's not likely to live before then. So why waste lives and property and valuable time doing that, and then at the end of the day, you don't have a successor in line? Let us put thinking behind what we have. Leave these gentlemen. Let's try and manage them, because they will be there to 2023, either by protest or otherwise. But let us start planning thoroughly. The likes of Sowore and other activists now should be putting, not for him, but putting heads together and find a way across the parties, across the board, that you can give us 2 or 3 candidates that we can push forward. Over the weekend, I had to call 1 or 2 elderly people in Lagos, for us to begin to put heads together to find how we can change all these things that are, all these things that are completely.
You want to overthrow the government?
No,
okay. You say you can change.
No, we can change by election.
Okay.
All right. you, I'd rather be more focused in that direction than waste time protesting, getting shot, because all you do at the end of the day is make heroes out of at the end of the day make heroes out of whatever, and you will achieve very, very little. So let's start planning.
I agree with you. I mean, it's time people, got together and start strategizing.
Yes,
even from your streets, like
from your streets.
Start mobilizing yourselves.
Get mobilized. Get involved. Instead of wasting time wanting to hit the streets, you get shot, to go from you make so much noise. Then all the other interested parties, Western countries, Amnesty International quickly started condemning without even taking into cognizance that this could have happened to anybody. They were not shooting anybody. And guess what? Yeah. I don't know. The photograph I saw of the woman who allegedly shot Showore, I could have sworn was a man.
Yeah, actually.
Was he a man?
No.
He's a woman.
She's a lady, yeah. And she was said to be part of the ex-has.
That photograph is that of a woman. Are you sure we are looking at the same photograph?
Yeah, it's a woman.
Okay. All right.
It's a woman.
But these are risky things to talk about at this time. If you get my point.
Yeah, I do.
Do you get it?
What's your point?
You're killing me. All right. So I wish Showore a quick recovery. Of course, he and his supporters would like to hype this. It helps, the struggle and so on and so forth. Yeah. But in all honesty, I think we have so much tension now that this might not be the appropriate time to do things like this. And I'd like to call on the authorities of the Vanguard to please take note. This is the second time we'd have to call them, and I believe that it prevails on us in the media, to be honest with you, to try as much as possible to let us have peace in the land, to contribute to peace in the land.
That's right. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're watching, drop your comment regarding the headlines that we're sharing with you this morning. Nigeria Info 99.3 is where you can watch us live on Facebook and on YouTube. We're going to stay with the Vanguard newspaper. Page 7 of the Vanguard newspaper. Biafra Day, total lockdown as IPOB sit-at-home records 100% compliance. And it has plenty of riders.
Yeah, it has plenty of riders, and this has been going on for a while, year after year. But I would love a core of 2-3 investigative journalists to do a thorough study and let us know, are people obeying this order in support of IPOB or out of fear? It's good that we know these things. It will take, conduct some kind of mini referendum. Let's just know what it is. Because if it is that IPOB has the support of the people and this is the effect, then there's something going. Then there's something that we all need to be worried about. If an organization says stay at home and there is 100% contact, even the chickens in this photograph seem to have disappeared. No rat inside. Nothing. Just there. But the writers say that market shops under lock in Onitsha, total compliance in Enugu, okay, a complete lockdown in Imo, hoodlum sets motorcycles, vehicles ablaze in Ebonyi, empty streets in Umahia as residents stay indoors, and socio-economic activities paralyzed in Nsukka metropolis. And the Vanguard then reports that Nnamdi Kanu commended the Southeast governors. Let me read that. It says Nnamdi Kanu commended Obiano and Obiano, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, and Umahi of Ebonyi, and whatever, for taking some proactive actions in memory of fallen Biafran heroes, and said it was in a live broadcast via Facebook and other social. This gentleman Nnamdi Kanu is a maverick. I must say, is a maverick of some sort. His propaganda apparatus is top notch. I wish the government would offer him some kind of job. So if we would need somebody like him, it's top notch. Top notch.
Indeed. So we're going to flip to page 8 of Vanguard. Produce your asset forms or go to jail. EFCC warns bank owners, workers.
I am sure that the government already has some people in mind, and things are not going to be rosy for bank MDs. But they brought it on themselves. Bank MDs generally have become celebrities, move around with police escorts, have private jets. I thought that a banker, though, is supposed to be conservative. You're supposed to look at a banker, see him very frugal and conservative, and feel that your money is safe. But it's banking to a large extent has almost been turned into a racket. It means that very soon we might hear some top bank officials being charged and brought to book on certain things. It's not just, I don't think it just came from the air that bankers have been told to. Why bankers? Why not those in telecoms? No, sorry, I don't want that. But why not those in the other? Yes. So it's interesting, and it's because it looks as if the government, whether you like it or not, in spite of what you might think of their performance, they want to see if they can get this economic thing right. And definitely, a lot of underhanded deals in the banking sector at the very top have put us in some of the mess that we're in now. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. My advice to some of them might be just to leave the banks, if it gets so bad, because I believe the homework has been done. The horse has bolted. The homework has been done. They just want to see what they're going to put on paper. Then they probably then go after the assets. So it's not just a flash in the pan.
Yeah. I've heard from bankers before and said that it's a normal thing in the industry. Like you declare your form.
No, it's not. It's not. Look, let's be honest with that.
I've heard it. Seriously, I've heard it.
No,
before.
I'm not saying you didn't hear it. No,
I'm
not saying you didn't hear it. But what I'm saying that this pressure that is being put on. Some people are going to go in for it.
Or maybe some people just want to look like they're working. If the forms are already being submitted and they've been declared already.
No.
You think there's a target there?
They're going to take some of them down. They're going to take a lot. Look, you know what happened. You know the stories that are in town about bank MDs. Yeah. Some of them have become billionaires over and over and over again through means that most of them cannot explain. So they will take some of them down. Definitely. The question would be who's next. The same story, sorry.
Okay. All right then. Let's move on quickly to the page 34 of the Nation newspaper. Second dose of vaccination begins in 17 states that long take second COVID-19 jab. That's right.
Well, you'd also like to know that the president and his vice president, Oshibado, both they got vaccinated yesterday. Even the Oba of Lagos got vaccinated in his palace, I think, yesterday, and some dignitaries were there. Kabiyesi cannot take this vaccination alone. He needs some supporters. Senator Lajumoke was there. He took his in the palace. So, well, that's it. You quickly go to the nearest. I think what by convention you'd go to where you got your first dose. Anyway, that's where your records would be. I'd advise you go get a second dose very, very quickly. I'm not going to go into a debate on whether vaccination works or it has a side effect. I've taken the two.
Yeah.
And I did, can't wait. I feel quite confident.
Go get your jab.
Get it. There's nothing wrong with me.
Get it done.
I had a few, one or two people saying that, I had a headache. These things would happen sometimes, even if you take some malaria medicines in those days, you itch and things like that. But generally, these vaccines are safe. Let us leave the health and whatever to handle the politics of it. Yeah. But you take the vaccine and keep yourself safe. I'm happy that people at least have the opportunity to take the second, because I thought that it would take a while. Yeah. So first thing tomorrow morning, go to where you got the first, queue up, and get the second vaccination.
Right. We're going to go to the Punch newspaper right now. Page 6 of the Punch. Lagos APC fails to release results of primaries.
Very shameful. My phone was full of videos of bleeding. There was killing. My constituency is Sulere. There was killing and
we had some gory stories.
And you ask yourself, what is all this? What for what? And then there was insinuation somebody was trying to impose this one and that one. I said to myself, okay, what we'll do is this. On Tuesday, we'll bring my good friend, Kade Mogaji, who is a member of the party. He'll be here at 9 o'clock and tell us exactly what went down in Sulere. I don't know whether it's because I live in Sulere or whether it was replicated across the state. I to be honest with you, once at weekends, I don't bother. I don't know if you can't die. I don't bother. I just go off news, off social media, and rather be left alone in peace. But Kade Magaji will be here this morning, and give us a perspective of what happened across the board in Lagos APC. So you might want to listen to that if you are interested. If you are not interested, listen still. You never know the shocker that might come up. All of you know Chukade Mogaji is a politician, yes, but I see him more as an activist than a politician. Is an activist in politics or a politician who is active? Which one is better?
He would explain when it comes.
Sheriff,
He would explain now.
Okay, it's the same size I will give you. This guy, I mean, this is what Yoruba people call Ilara. You're so angry. You keep looking at my new T-shirt. I will give you.
But I said
can
congratulations on the T-shirt.
I will take it off here now. We're on YouTube Live. And
no,
give
please
it to
don't.
You don't want them to see my fine chest.
We don't want to be offended. All right, let's stay with the punch.
Yes.
So I saw this thing yesterday on TV.
Which one is this now?
This story of Wike and ex-commissioner exchanging hot words on TV program.
No.
I saw it yesterday.
Oh no!
And I was just laughing. Like,
ladies and gentlemen, this next story is brought to you for you to get a sense of the thought processes, the way some of our leaders think and the things that they say. What happened? There was a program yesterday, Politics Today. I thank God they're back now on channels. And Wike and his ex-commissioner were there. Now, the ex-commissioner has left Wike a long time ago. And at some point, the ex-commissioner said that the governor of Wike, I must say that all those who are with him, they know what they are going through. But you have been seeing him on TV and the way he has been behaving in Nigeria. Sometimes you'll be baffled if that is an enlightened and educated mind, if you get the joke now, the way he carries himself. And it goes on like that. And then, so the anchor now interjected and then asked Wike to react to what his ex-commissioner said. Now, listen to this, what I will call a boastful, this is what Wike said. He said, you sit down there. I want to imagine, this very strong words.
Saw it.
You saw it. He said, I'm going to check it on YouTube. But it says, you sit down there and somebody who said I appointed him had the temerity and audacity to say I behave like a thug, and you're asking me that question to react to somebody I appointed commissioner. So if you have appointed somebody commissioner, you're automatically above him in all things. Oga Wike, you called him to serve just like we called you to serve. I mean, let's break it down a little bit, bring it down. Somebody I appointed. But he goes on to say, however, let me tell you, look at him talking now. When he was commissioner, did he look that haggard? So I'm wondering where this is coming from. So if you are a commissioner, you will not be haggard. You see, you chop, I chop. And it says, a thug appointed you commissioner. You never knew that he was a thug, but he appointed you a commissioner. So only when he removed you that you then know that he behaves like a thug. You did not resign. You were working with a thug all the while until when the thug did not bring you back as commissioner for a second time, you then realized that he behaves like a thug. And now he says, now look at the kind of characters we have, and these are the kind of people that you want me to respond to. Somebody who stole the kola. He stole the kola of traditional rulers, and up to now, he has not gone to court to challenge an allegation that he stole kola given to traditional rulers and clergymen. Wike should be called to explain what he means by kola to... there was a time there was Mr. Biggs. Yeah. You remember Akpabio? Now, this one says that he had given kola to traditional rulers and clergymen, and he now says that this is a complete mess.
It is.
This is a complete mess. But God will continue to reign and expose our leaders and the things that they do. A governor here on national television is admitting...
He first berated the media for even trying to bring him into such conversation. Like, he was sounding as me, a whole
you're insulting me, yes.
Me to be answering,
There's this one, yes.
That one. I mean, how can you ask me that question?
No, this is, and it should be taken seriously. This is the area activists should be looking at. Not just always at the center, this one must go. No, things like this, you take them up. I'm hoping that Femi Falana and all people would make comments on things, and especially, very senior citizens of the state. So what do you mean by you gave kola to the traditional rulers need to come and defend themselves? Person will not get kola, make it talk, and not get kola, And he says that it's so kola of traditional rulers, and up to now, he stole cola given to traditional rulers and clergymen. Ah, my God! But do you think was it cola in the real sense?
I actually don't know. It couldn't have
Would
been.
he steal
It
cola?
couldn't have been cola. Like it couldn't have been.
So what could this have been? Tell me.
I should tell you.
Yes, now.
I wasn't the one that said it. Now.
Stop looking at my shirt. Just look straight. You tell me.
I wasn't the one that said it. It's Wiki that said it.
Nigeria is virtually finished. If our leaders talk like this in public on national television, first of all, he's angry because he appointed him. I mean, come on, can't we be modest for a change? If you appointed somebody, so somebody appointed him. It was Amechi that appointed him in the first instance that brought him to limelight. So what's this all about? My God. Until we have leaders who know that, look, we have come to serve the people, we are servants of the people, have that kind of mindset. We are not going to go anywhere with laws of the manor.
All right.
So, he says so would the commissioner have been charged to court for stealing cola?
I don't know.
Okay, if the man...
stealing is stealing.
If the man, so he was the governor, why didn't he get his attorney general to charge the man for stealing cola?
He even said that
given to traditional rulers and clergymen. And who will steal cola that is supposed to be given to traditional rulers?
Sounds like Ikpe to me.
No.
Well, he even accused the commissioner of sending his kids abroad without any means of payment. That the government had to come in and pay for the kids'
Why should
fees.
the government come in and pay? The least the government could have done, if it couldn't afford, was to at least, the very least, buy them a one-way ticket home. Why should the government?
It was just looking for. It was fishing for everything.
Look at the way our monies are frittered away at the top. And you want the masses of Port Harcourt of Rivers State to be happy to hear this?
Oh wow.
The man sent his kids abroad, and when he ran into a problem, the government had to bail him out by paying their fees. Excuse me. What kind of people do we have in governance? What kind of backgrounds do they have?
Mm-hmm.
It was not like this at the time of our fathers. There were principles. That guided public life. Yes. Now it's been thrown to the dogs. It's always about if Mama could see me now. He couldn't pay his school fees, and therefore we then sent money to him. Come on.
Let's look at this.
I don't understand. Would in the days of Mobolaji Johnson, would you walk up to him as a commissioner and say that, sir, I cannot pay my children's school fees. Can you give me the money? He said, from where am I supposed to get it from? That's Mobolaji Johnson. No, I don't know about other governors.
Now, this is our last headline. This is our last headline today. FG warns smokers of COVID-19 risk. Group laments 16,000 deaths.
Well, I don't think in these current times anybody should be warned about smoking. I mean, it's completely out of fashion. Gone were the days, for example, you go to people's houses and you see the good old ashtray and so on and so forth. I used to be a heavy smoker. My dad too was one. I think I picked it from him. Well, he repented and so did I. For starters, there's nothing to smoking. When I sit back and I wonder when I would hold, and when I was a smoker, I was a fashionable smoker. My Baba Nani Ronson lighter, everything correct. I'm now looking at myself and feeling so stupid that what was I thinking of then? There's nothing to be gained from smoking. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing to be gained from smoking. And in these days when we are all so health conscious, I don't even think you need the federal government warning to know that in these days of COVID and whatever, you now want to light up a cigarette and feel good. Good luck to anybody who does that. I think the world has warned people enough about smoking. And anybody who decides that he wants to continue smoking, good luck to him. Yes, good luck to him. But I'm just highlighting this really for the younger people who might be thinking that it's hip. There's nothing to be gained from smoking. That much I can. For smoking anything, self.
We have to go now. We are completely out of time.
Yes.
Now, these 2 times, they confuse me a lot. They've been deceiving me all morning.
Add the 2 together and divide by 2.
That's the average.
That's the average.
Jimmy, thank you for coming around.
All right, I'll see you.
All right, then. Jimmy will be here at 9. Good morning to you, Lagos.
Hello, my
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.